thanks so much for joining us. My name is Anna Dolopo. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and my business is Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture, and Chinese Herbs, located right here in beautiful Laguna Hills in Southern California. You can read about my work at moveyourqi.com and also at blog.moveyourqi.com. Today is the first day of February, and you should already see by now all the St. Valentine's Day cards that are out there. And I thought I'd talk today about something that is of great importance to the majority of the people out there, but it's something that is not typically discussed openly, except of course with your licensed acupuncturist. So today we're going to be talking about the libido, and I'm going to just talk about, I'm going to read from 2 testimonials. There are many more testimonials, but they usually just stay in my case studies. It's not something that people want to just write about, even if it's anonymous. They like to just keep it to themselves and let me know personally that their libido is increasing. So I'll read these 2 testimonials and then I'll give you my 2 cents. Dear Anna, I wanted to take a moment to mention how wonderful some of the side effects of acupuncture are. I was pleasantly surprised to experience better sleep, increased energy, and a sense of well-being, but perhaps the most remarkable is how the libido is affected. There were occasions where I felt insatiable when it came to sex. Not to mention, attaining that state of arousal is much easier with increased fluid production where it matters. All around, I believe acupuncture has very healthily supplemented our sex life. Thanks a ton, BT. So obviously this person wants to stay somewhat anonymous, and it was fun working with her for what she wanted to have treated, and we were not trying to improve her libido. There were other things that were much more pressing, more in regards to her gynecological issues as well as other health issues, and that was a definite plus in the treatment with Chinese medicine. And so the second testimonial is, we all know that it is very simple for most men to get turned on, while many of us women daily events can negatively affect our libido. Between my husband and I having 2 jobs and 2 businesses, it is often difficult for me to switch gears really quick from work life to home life when it's time to get things spicy. Note, not so difficult for my husband. Over time, I have come to find out that my peak sexual hours are during the day while the sun is up. Unfortunately, that means I'm usually at work and my sexual side lays dormant until the weekend sun and my free hours sync up. That's my big dilemma. So I decided to look into acupuncture to see if this ancient Chinese treatment could help me out. I found an acupuncturist through acufinder.com. Her name is Anna. We had a wonderful conversation and she asked me what my ailments were. I wrote a list and I had 10. Who knew? Since you really only have one body, any ailments are likely interconnected, as my 10 probably are. But the one I'll bore you with here is my weekday libido. Now, let me just say that the best part of Love Me Naturally is that I get access to the most amazing product line we carry. That happens to be her business. It's wonderful to have over a dozen lubricants at your fingertips at any given moment. Since each product has different natural ingredients from coconut oil to kiwi, they also have varying consistencies. And since women also vary down there during certain times of the month, I can pick whatever lube is best for me during that time. And don't forget all the flavors. Although my favorite lube is always my own, naturally. So, if acupuncture can help me wind down from my weekday faster and help me wind up on my own faster as well, sign me up. I started seeing Anna, and in 2 weeks I had about 7 treatments. Ouch, lots of needles, a little bit of blood, a lot of midday napping. For those who aren't familiar, here's the deal. You lie down, you get poked many times, you get left there, and 45 minutes, the dozen or 2 dozen needles are removed and you're on your way. Dark room plus nice music plus lying still equals a nice nap, even with the needles. So how did it all come out, you'd ask? In the last 2 weeks, I have been less stressed, with the same hectic schedule, more energetic. I've been sleeping better. My outlook and disposition have been brighter than ever. I have less wrinkles. Acupuncture is apparently non-Botox, and I've been able to happily keep up with my husband and then some. I love acupuncture and I'm a walking testimonial for it now, and I recommend it for everything. An incredibly happy patients. So those are just 2 testimonials of libido that I have. Again, the other men and women that I have treated successfully, their cases stay in their files, and eventually I will post them up and publish them. But I just wanted to bring that up today, considering it's the first day of St. Valentine's Day month. And if you have any questions about libido, please feel free to give me a call. The number is 949-305-1703. And just to give you a kind of a little understanding of how this works, because sometimes when people ask me, when I talk about strengthening the libido with some people, the first thing they ask is, where do you put the needles? I put the needles anywhere but around the genitals. Sometimes that's the biggest question people have. The needles might go around your ankles, your wrists, your arms, your legs. We're basically enhancing several organ systems, and one of the major organ systems that we'll be enhancing includes the energy of the kidneys. So that being said, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have to put the needles in your lower back. Some practitioners might. I don't necessarily have to. Strengthening the libido is really fun to do. I want to share one more story. When I was younger and I had just started practicing Chinese medicine, I was working in a community medical clinic. And in that particular medical clinic, it was most of the people that I treated were senior citizens, and so that would be like 55 and older. I don't really consider senior citizens till like in their 70s, because a lot of them are just very, very active, especially the ones in their 70s. But I was treating this gentleman and and his wife, and he happened to be in his late 70s, maybe early 80s. It's been a long time, but I believe he was pretty old, and his wife was in her early 60s. And I'd been treating them for just like 2 or 3 weeks, and they were pretty diligent patients already. They were coming in at least twice a week. And he brought something up to me during, I think, around 6 or so treatments. And he said to me, and keep in mind, I'm Filipina and he's Filipino as well, so he talked to me like a granddaughter. And so there were certain things that he wanted to bring up, but he probably felt a little bashful because it's not really appropriate to bring up between grandfather and granddaughter. So as a grandfather, he was saying to me, so Anna, does acupuncture affect the... And I knew he was trying to find the word in English, and I wouldn't know exactly what the word in Tagalog would be, but I said, immediately I put him at ease, and I said, you mean, does it? Yes, it does affect the libido. And he started laughing, and his 60-something-year-old wife started blushing, because that wasn't something that's just openly discussed around, especially in the Asian culture, and especially to someone who's a few generations younger. And so he said, oh, well, I just want to go outside and tell everyone to stop taking their Viagra. And I told him, don't do that. That story is one of my earlier stories of how powerful I found Chinese medicine to be to increase a person's libido.